Good morning. It's 8 o'clock. I'm up, I'm showered. Loads of bikes out already, you can probably hear. I've lost my hairbrush somewhere, so that's going to be fun. Hey ho. I'm more or less packed. I've just got to take my tent down, load it all up on the Bumblebee and then hit the road. Giant's Causeway today from Ballycastle and then heading towards Donegal. I found a lovely little Airbnb that I just fancied giving myself a treat for an Airbnb tonight in Mullen Head. It's called the Red Door Cottage, but I've requested to reserve it, but he hasn't got back to me, so it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But I have got my eye on another campsite over in Donegal where I'm looking at 2 nights. It's really helped doing 2 nights in one place and just going out and riding. That was great yesterday, so I'm definitely going to do that next time I camp. It's a lot easier. Anyway, onwards and upwards. I'll catch you later. Bye bye for now. I've skipped my morning tea and gone straight for the Costa coffee here at Ballycastle, just down the road. Loads of bikes out today, because there's bikes up there, look. They're all roaring past. Lots of them are nodding at me as well when I nod. This is lovely. This place, it's the Marine Hotel, and they do gluten-free bread and they do milk alternatives as well, and they do Costa. So just a quick funny little story. I've had my breakfast. I found my hairbrush and brushed my hair, not that you know, helmet hair. Anyway, that's cool. But I was talking about bikers nodding to me. Some do, some don't on 3 wheels. Anyway, the first time I got back with Andy 3 years ago, I rode a pillion with him. And as I rode out, he kept going like this. And I thought, he's either got a nervous twitch or his collar's not very comfortable with his helmet. And it wasn't until we got off the bike, he said to me, well, you're nodding at people. And I'm like, oh, that's what you were doing. And it took a lot of encouragement actually from him to me. You're not nodding when I was on 3 wheels. I'd love to ride on 2 wheels, I really would, but I just physically can't. So I do nod, and it's really lovely when I get nods back. Sometimes you don't, and do you know what? It's like anything in life, it could let things stop you in life, don't they? Every time I don't get a nod back, I'm like, oh, perhaps I shouldn't be doing it. And then I kind of think, well, perhaps they're a bit like me at times and didn't even see me. And you're always going to get some people that don't nod. But don't let anything stop you in life today. Keep on going. Keep driving your bus or riding your bike. Thank you, sunshine, for shining again today. Beautiful. And there is the castle. As much as I'd like to get down there, I really don't think I'm going to be able to. But it is just lovely just to even look at it from up here. But yeah, not accessible for those of us with walking difficulties. Lots and lots of steps. But beautiful just to see. I've just come down a few steps and you can still see it. So worth a stop, worth a look, especially on a sunny day. So I'm here at the rope bridge that you just saw. I was hoping to get a bit closer to it just to show you some more photos, but because there's no way I'd be able to walk across it, not on my own anyway. I'm having a bit of a moment riding along. There's lots and lots of motorbikes out on the road today, and I'm really missing Andy, because I know he would have loved this. Previously we rode, our favourite road was down past Newquay, Paynton, down the Cornish coast. Are beautiful, but this causeway is absolutely astounding, and he would have loved it. I know he's loving it, I know he's here with me, but it's just not quite the same. I've got him in my ring. I've got him on my shoulder. I've got him holding my hand, but it's not the same. Oh, look, that's my little water thing. I can't work, it keeps spitting water out everywhere. Anyway, I diversify. I couldn't get down to say more pictures. You have to have a booking reference to get in there. And it's free for National Trust members, but otherwise it's £13.50 just to get in, and there's no point paying that when I'm not going to be able to walk across the bridge on my own. So anyway, I'll just give you a quick zoom round of the view and have my little moment, because it's all okay. So I've just been to the Giant's Causeway, but I didn't go down because I have been there years ago, and unfortunately it's now, well, probably fortunately, it is now the National Trust, and so you have to pay for parking, unless you're a member, of course. And I'm not going to pay for parking, and I don't know how far I can get, but in fairness to them, I didn't go down to the gate and ask if disabled parking was free, because it may well have been. So maybe the next place of theirs I'll have to go and check that out and see. But I've just stopped along in a little town along the way, and just have a little wander around. This is where I'm really panicking not to drop my phone. Clear that water is. Beautiful. So with rain forecast this morning, well last night actually, did all my washing, sorted all my top box out, put all my shorts and swimming costume, sun hat, sunscreen right at the bottom of my top box. Look at the beautiful sunshine. And then as I was riding today, I was thinking, wow, it's so great in Northern Ireland because nearly everywhere is free parking. And then all I've come across is pay for parking, apart from where I am right now, which I can't pronounce the name, but I'll take a photo of where it is. And then I was going to say to you, I don't think I even leave my sat-nav today, because the signposted, like the signing, is so good in Northern Ireland for the Causeway. It's just so easy, even I can follow it. I don't think I've actually got lost yet, but perhaps I shouldn't have said that to you. Now in somewhere called, or spelt Articlave, but probably pronounced Articlave, I don't know, but I went over there to that garage for petrol, a pee, water and a jet wash for this sheep poo that's still on my Can-Am. I got my petrol, there's no toilet, no jet wash, and I've got the water. So I just rode over here. Really nice little tavern. I just wanted to give them a shout out. They do have toilets for customers use only, so I used it. But they do alcohol-free Guinness, Heineken and Copperberg, so that's really, really good. And there's quite a bit of call for it, she said. I did actually have my first Guinness Zero the other day at Glenarth with Lee. But I was really, really paranoid because it was like on draft. So I had to keep asking. I couldn't keep checking the bottle to make sure it was 0, and I was getting quite paranoid drinking it, but I thought no, it's okay. I was feeling okay, so I knew it was alcohol free. And then the barman thought it would be really funny to come out with 2 pints of Guinness that he was bringing to somebody else and go, oh, I made a mistake, yours isn't alcohol free. Oh my God, not a thing to joke about with somebody who's on the Sabre train, but he was joking, so it was okay. Anyway, on I go. So Charles at the red door. Cottage didn't get back to me. Sad about that, but hey. So I've just booked 2 nights camping over in Donegal, which I can then ride out from, but I am riding into the storm clouds. I spoke too soon. Hopefully I won't be pitching. Well, it's only an hour to get to where I'm going to go, so I'm going to go straight there, ride some more of the coast from there tomorrow, and I can just wait and pitch when it's dry. Hopefully there'll be some dry time. So of course, the minute I booked my campsite, so the rain came down, managed to grab this off my seat before it got wet, or too wet. I want to say a big shout out to Alison of Winchester for telling me about this 2 years ago when I got my Can-Am to make it really comfy. Also an apology because the other day when I was talking about it, I called it an airflow. And I bet Alison was looking at my phone going, it's an air hawk. I know it is, I just couldn't find my words that day. But apologies if any of you were looking for an airflow. You would have found mattresses and cushions. It's actually an air hawk. Anyway, I've just managed to grab my my waterproofs out the end of my rucksack. Going to put them on and carry on to the campsite, which is about an hour away. So I've just crossed over into Southern Ireland, into Donegal, and I did smile when I saw "Welcome to the Wild Atlantic Way." So welcome everyone to the Wild Atlantic Way. Looking a bit rough and stormy out there, but at least the rain has stopped now. I'm not sure it's going to be any more spectacular than the causeway and the Giant's Causeway and the coastal route and fens, but I'm sure it's going to have a beauty all of its own. As I came in, I was greeted by donkeys, there's cows over there and sheep, but they're all behind the hedges, so that's good. Well, honestly, you couldn't make this shit up, really. I'm looking a bit red and flustered, aren't I? There's a very good reason for that. So this afternoon didn't quite go to plan. I think I've got a sitcom about my life, actually. So anyway, I put the postcode in for the camping for my hour's ride and had an hour's ride over glorious fens. Really, really beautiful, beautiful, stunning scenery. And I was about a minute from my campground and it said, your destination is 50 yards ahead. Prepare to park and walk. And I'm like, what? Anyway, when I looked, I'd only put the first part of the postcode in. I think it was FT 93 or something like that, or 39. And it had taken me to a completely different place. I'm like, okay, it can't be too far away because I've done my hour's drive. Sorry, the damn fly here. I've done my hour's drive, so I'll just see where it is. Blow me, it was an hour and 4 minutes away. I'd gone round and up, and I should have gone round and down and across to the west. So I was like, oh, and I was just about ready to flop into bed. I was exhausted because I've answered my question about the gluten in alcohol and then non or alcohol free Guinness, because although I felt the other day with the draft, with the can that I had today, I felt really ill, felt really sick, really bloated. And I've been losing my appetite the last few days, so I'm not eating much, even though I'm doing loads and loads of riding and being quite active. And I think it's because I've got a bit of a taste for alcohol-free beer, which obviously is affecting me. So no more of that, which is a good thing, because although it's alcohol-free, it probably isn't that good for me. And I don't usually drink alcohol-free, it's just because, I don't know why really. But so I'm going to give that a knock on the head. Anyway, so I decided to set my phone up to then bring me to where I wanted to be. And I had 5% battery on my phone. It wasn't charging because when I got my air hawk in off my bike when it was raining, I forgot to get my phone wire. So that got soaking wet, so it wouldn't then charge. As did my air hawk, because when I put it back on, I've got this, my Camelback that I got from Halfords. It's Halford's own. Unless mine's 40, it's a really stupid design. You have to keep the stopper up above the water all the time, because otherwise it just pours out. Everywhere's got soaked, even with the cap on, which I've now lost. There's no way you can turn it off. It's really, really weird. So of course, as I went to bend down to put my air hook back on, it got soaked with all the water that shot out. And I'm like, oh, frustration city. But I had my waterproofs on, so anyway, that was okay. Somehow, I don't know how, I managed to keep charge in my phone until I got back to the main road, and I'd looked on the sat-nav where I needed to be, what towns I needed to head for. I'd looked on my maps, I'd written them all down, and then my phone just cut out. And so then I was kind of riding along trying to hold my, not hold my charger, but have it over the other handlebar to try and dry the end. And then every now and again I'd plug it in and it would give me a little bit more charge. And suddenly it gave me 9%, like within a couple of minutes. I thought, that's really weird. And then it wouldn't give me any more. It stopped charging and it died just as I got to the campsite. And as I drove in through the town towards the campsite, there's a general store called Andy's Superstore. I mean, it's spelled Andies, but it's still Andy's Superstore. And I thought, I'm going to go get my campsite because I had an hour of riding really hard because I wanted to try and get here before my sat nav, you know, died, even though it did keep dying and it started again and oh, nightmare. Anyway, I got here, started to put my tent up. I felt really, really dizzy, felt really ill, so I had to go and have a little bit of a lay down. I think I'm just really tired. I realised I hadn't eaten since sort of breakfast this morning, my scrambled egg. So, and yeah, just exhausted really. And then realised I hadn't taken my blood pressure tablet today. But that was purposeful because I'm one tablet short until I get back home. So because of that one tablet short, I sort of kind of wanted to do a 36 hours on one of them. And because today was going to be a short ride, stress-free, so I thought today would be a good day. I thought lots of things about today, but they've all kind of gone wrong. Anyway, I've now got a phone charger. I didn't get it from Andy's store, but the nice chap there did point me to Super Savers, I think it's called. But it's really weird because I went to get this charger that said £8 on it. It had a B&M sticker on it, and I thought, oh, this must be a B&M over here, but it's called Super Savers. And he went, that's £16. I went, but it said £8 in the box. He went, that's B&M price. I don't know, strange, but anyway, I got my food and I've been craving fresh vegetables for days because I was really funny. I went to this Canton house or something in Ballycastle. And I said, is your vegetable chili Peking sauce, is it gluten-free? And she went, oh, I'll ask the chef. Then she came out with a jar. And we looked at it. So I thought, oh, that's not fresh cooked, is it? And it was just swaddled in it. And then I had a stir fry yesterday, which again was just swaddled in sauce. And I just don't fancy any sauce. So I'm going to have some fresh veggies. So I bought myself tomato, cucumber, spring onions, coleslaw, some spinach. And, oh, beautiful gluten-free bread. Look. It's quinoa, chia seeds and quinoa, and they have really lovely loaves in there. What I didn't figure was that I don't have a plate and I don't have a knife. So here it all is, and I'm going to have to eat it bit by bit. Happy days.